This is a stupid intro anyway. I hate this music anyway. Actually, it's on my life. That is the word. You know what? I'm actually cutting it off right now. Oh, here we go.
Wow.
You would.
I mean, the producer just comes out here with a whole bunch of hate today, which I'm sure the producer's puzzle means it'll be a gauntlet. He's fiery, and we've produced some pretty good content across the board for the last couple of days. So let's keep the momentum going. This is Swiss Army Sports. Welcome to episode 68. Today is June the 11th of the Big 26, the opening day of the FIFA World Cup. I'm your host, Will Spain, former longstopper for the Troy Trojans, Osprey Governors, and partially Houston Cougars. Joined by my side, former offensive lineman for the Hendrick College Warriors, current man of electricity, Luke Wallman, and also joined at the table, the producer, local frat boy at Mississippi State University, former wide receiver for the Christian Brothers High School, Purple Wave, Michael Spain. And joined virtually from hot Atlanta, Georgia, former kicker for the Houston Christian Huskies and Troy Trojans, current nephew of Georgia Tech men's basketball coach Scott Cross, the man, the myth, 11, Chase Cross. Let's get this episode going, boys. What is on the agenda?
I'll take this over. We got a cool bull, NBA's final talk, NHL Stanley Cup finals talk, college baseball World Series picks. Wait, we do?
No, we do not.
We don't. Damn it, producer. NASCAR picks this is also wrong.
At Pocono.
World Cup superlatives. That's
also wrong. All right, so I'll take this over now.
I did not edit the slide.
Producer did not adjust the agenda at all. We have Cooler Bowl, the NBA Finals talk, as well as the NHL Stanley Cup. We are doing NASCAR picks at Pocono, along with F1 picks in Barcelona this weekend. We have our World Cup picks for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as well as our preview for UFC Freedom 250 at the White House. We do have producer's puzzle, as we always will when he is on the show, and we have best hot or not. Let's get right into it. With Cooler.
I didn't edit the slide.
We can tell. It's the exact same slide as last episode.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm glad everyone reads the slides before we start.
I got this.
No.
All of us are employed, and you are not.
No. Let's go back.
That is factual.
Let's go back to when I'm in college, and y'all would have the same date for 3 weeks in a row of what date it was.
At least I had the agenda right.
Okay.
Cooler Bull,
Potentially.
You would potentially. My take for Cooler Bull, the Knicks would be down 3-1 without OG Anunoby. I know Jalen Brunson has been scoring 30-plus points pretty much every game. However, I think OG has actually been, in terms of value, the most valuable player for the New York Knicks during this NBA Finals. In 41 minutes last night, he went for 33 points, 7 from 9 for three-point range, 6 for 6 from the free throw with 4 boards. Game 3, he went for 28 points, 9 for 13 on field goals, 3 for 7 from 3 points, 5 boards, 2 blocks, and an assist. He's only had 1 turnover in the last 2 games. He had no turnovers in the first 2 games, was perfect from the free throw line, hit 2 and 3 threes respectively, and scored 17 points in both those games. He's been an absolutely instrumental player that is not exactly the forefront of the offense for the New York Knicks, and I believe they would be down 3-1 without him. I think OG has been the spark plug the New York Knicks have needed up to this point. Is that Cooler Bull? We'll go at the table first, then Chase.
I think that's completely cool. I think he's the favorite right now, at least in my opinion, to be the Finals MVP. I mean, without him, they would not be winning this series the way they are. So he has been amazing offensively, and also some of the gritty plays, hustling after rebounds, playing great defense, which, not to knock on Brunson, not the greatest defender. He does hustle a bunch, but he's not the greatest defender in the world. And OG Anunoby hitting that game winner last night. I mean, he has been pivotal to the Knicks this series, and I completely think this take is cool.
Mikey, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm also going to go cool just because OG the past 2 games has been carrying them. But I'm actually, 3-1's just the Spurs would be up 3-0?
Yes.
Yeah, I still go cool because he was still producing when the games were at San Antonio. So, yeah, OG is playing like a dog right now. He's doing, like Luke said, he's doing things on both the offensive and defensive end. Like, everyone's dogging on Fox for obviously not dribbling that out, but also OG did not foul, jumped straight up and made that block. So, I mean, there's also really good defensive play on his part. And yeah, I mean, he's just raining in the three, to be honest. He's hit, I think, 4 or 5 threes the past 2 games. So, yeah, I mean, OG, I
He
think
hit
he's,
7 last night.
yeah, geez, 4 or 5, a little more than that. But yeah, I mean, I'm with Luke. I think OG should be the favorite odds to win the Finals MVP.
Chase, Cooler Bull.
I would say I'm gonna go with Cool on this one as well. I think Brunson has obviously played a very pivotal role on offense, but I agree Anunoby's been the best player on the court, I think, in the second half for the last 2 Knicks wins, and I think for most of the series he's been the Knicks' best player, so I'm gonna agree with all y'all and I'm gonna say Cool.
All right. Luke, what is your Cool or Bull?
So this was a huge argument at work today. Soccer is the least skilled sport out of the major five.
Can you define the major 5?
Basketball, baseball, obviously soccer, football, and hockey. That is our major 5 that we were talking about. I got told that apparently baseball players are least skilled than soccer players. And I'm sorry, not to knock on soccer, because I know this is probably more Chase's sport. I'm not like deeply into soccer like some of y'all are, but we kind of compared it. My foreman brought it up and was like, in hockey, you have a much smaller net and you have double goals. So how is it that on a big pitch and a bigger goal with a smaller hockey, you're skating? I mean, that's really tough to be skating like that and hitting a puck. The only argument I could see for is football, because it's kind of the same thing. You got to be able to catch, obviously, and with soccer, you just have to have really good footwork. So I think that's the only argument, because basketball, I mean, baseball is self-explanatory, and basketball, you got to be able to shoot. That takes years and years of practice to be able to shoot the basketball, play defense, all that. So my take is soccer is the least skilled sport out of the major 5.
All right. Chase, we're going to let you take this one first, and then we'll go to the table. What do you think, Cooler Bull?
Complete bullshit, honestly. I'll explain it because I've been around 3 out of the major, well, 4 technically, because I've played a good deal of baseball in my life too. The only sport I can't really attest to is hockey, and hockey I think requires a lot more skill. I think hockey probably you have to be the most skilled because you're having to skate at 1,000,000 miles an hour, avoid pretty much guys that are going to hit you and it's going to feel like a semi truck. And then you also play with the smallest, I'm not going to say ball because it's a puck, but the smallest instrument out of them all. So hockey's clearly off the list, so that's not even in the equation. I played all the other 4 sports. I played 1 in college. Soccer probably could have done it in college too. And then baseball, been around it. A lot of my friends do it and played it in high school as well. And then obviously basketball, like I've seen it firsthand with my uncle, been at practices, watching everything play. I can easily say, that basketball is the least skilled sport out of all 5, and it's not even close. Baseball, to pitch, hit, and everything at the level, super skillful. Football, I think, just the nuances of the game, each position. Like you can say like O lineman, D lineman, some of those type positions, you don't necessarily have to be super skilled, but you have to be very technical, and you also have to be really smart. I think basketball skill-wise, there's a reason in every gym in America there's a basketball court that you just have random dudes playing. Anybody can play the sport and play it to a decent level. Now, not obviously at an elite level. You can't do that with soccer. Soccer, you have to have incredible athleticism because you run for 90 minutes, and it is so hard to score. Basketball, you'll make it in the hoop 50 to 60 times both ways in a game. Like you'll make 50 shots. In soccer, you're lucky if you score 1, maybe 2, on a great day's 3. So I just think it's a lot harder to score in soccer. It's the margins are a lot finer than they are in basketball. He's like, we've watched the NBA playoffs. If you watched the game yesterday, you could have watched the first 3.5 quarters, and they don't mean anything. The Spurs were up 29 points, and it didn't mean anything in the end. Like you could go without watching the entire game. Like it just. All I'm saying is that the lines are a lot less fine in basketball, and it takes a lot less skill to do what a lot of people do. And one of my one of the guys I was talking to on, I think it was Monday, we were talking about it, like to be a center in college basketball, you just have to be above 7 foot. To be a Division I center, you just have to be a 7 footer. Takes no skill. You like it. I mean, it's really quite simple. So I'll say it's BS. I do think that there are sports, obviously, that require more skill than soccer, but I don't think that soccer is the least skilled sport out of the major five.
I want to say one thing because you kind of went to where our argument was at work, but running like conditioning, that's not a skill. That's athleticism. We're not saying athleticism.
It is a skill though, because they run up to 9 miles in a game. I don't think that you
but that's,
like.
I mean,
the
I get what
average
you're saying, but it's more of
But
the
like you have to
skill
train it.
of-
Like it's a skill. Like your endurance is technically still a skill because you have to train to run 9 miles. Like the average person, like you can't take a random person off the street, say go run 9 miles, and they're not going to be able to run 9 miles or play a 90-minute soccer game. None of them will be able to.
I can't call that a skill though.
Yeah, that's like, but like it's like for football.
This is, he didn't say soccer is the least athletic sport.
Yeah, it's the least.
Well, no. I'm not even
skillful.
talking that. I'm
it's
just saying like
footwork, like basketball.
well,
shooting.
for soccer, it's
like
it's
that's
very
what I mean by
nuanced. Like
skill.
you're curving the ball. Like every shot has a different type of spin on it. So you can hit a knuckleball, you can curve it, trivela it. There's a lot of nuances in the shooting, in the passing, the type of through balls. Like I mean, I'm sure to the naked eye it doesn't look like it, but they're putting spin on every single pass, every single shot, everything like that. So the way to hit it, dribbling the soccer ball, doing skills. It's just you're super skilled with your feet. It's if you're not as deep into it, it like to the naked eye it probably looks like the least skilled, but when you see like what they're doing with their feet, it's incredible.
I guess I'll go next. Then the producer, Chase. I want you to guess. What do you think my take is?
I think you're gonna say that that's cool.
As the only person here, I believe, that has played all five of these, in some capacity, whether it's just a pickup at the park in Canada, or I played with the Dion family in Canada.
The street.
Did I say I played it well? No, because hockey is by far the most skilled. It is the most.
I think we all
skilled of the
agree
five.
that. I think hockey
the most
is
skilled.
easily
I was
the
terrible.
most skilled.
No one ever.
But as probably the only person here that has done all five in some capacity, I'm gonna go not complete bull, but it is bull. Soccer is more skill. It takes more skill to be a soccer player than it does be a basketball player, and I think that's the list. I think
Agreed.
soccer's 4 and basketball's 5 out of the major 5.
I agree.
I think hockey would be 1. I think baseball would be 2, and I think football would be 3. And I think there's a big gap between 3 and 4. To be honest with you, I
Agreed.
think football requires many different smaller skill sets that have to be integrated to be good at the sport. I think soccer, Chase, I wholeheartedly agree. I think the touching, the spin you put on the ball, distance control, speed of each pass. I mean, there are so many tiny little nuances that do make it more skillful than basketball. It's kind of a surprising take for me, I'm sure, by quite a few people. But this is bull. I do think soccer is a more skilled sport than just basketball. If you would have said out of the bottom 2 of the major 5, I would have said this is cool. It is not the least. It's decently close, but it's not. It's basketball, like Chase said. Now, don't get me wrong. In Europe, there are pickup soccer games all over the place, and old fat dudes with beer guts playing in these beer leagues. But
Yep.
it is there is a difference. Hell, I could go out there on a soccer pitch right now, and I would honestly, I probably could goaltend decently well, but I can't do anything else. Basketball, I haven't played competitive basketball since I was in middle school. I could go out there and I could be okay on a 5-on-5 pickup court. I mean, I could still shoot the basketball; it doesn't go away. So yeah, I'm gonna go pull Carolina. Let's go, Michael. What do you think?
I want to ask a question for clarification before I get into this. Are we saying like the least skilled at like the professional level? Like, are we comparing NBA players to?
That's kind of what we were talking about this morning, but we can take it at the comp.
I will go.
Is that what your thought was? Is that what everyone's thought
Mine
was?
was kind of at general level.
Yeah, we can do.
But even at the professional level, I still stand.
Even at
I
I
still
think
stand
it's
on mine.
a
Yeah.
wider gap at the professional level because I think anybody can pick up a soccer ball and kick it around, but it takes a lot more to be great at soccer than it does at basketball. Basketball relies a lot more on athleticism and physical traits than it does being truly. I mean, if you look at a guy that's truly perfected his craft like Steph Curry that wasn't overly athletic, that's one way you can point to it. I'd say he'd be a lot more skilled than a lot of soccer players, but if you look at like a guy like Zion who outside of really jumping, like his traits aren't really that crazy, you know what I mean? Or like, you know what I mean?
No, I understand what you're getting from. I guess the real controversy here is what your definition of skill is. And I'm gonna go cool on this. I'm with Luke on this. I'm just more on the side of the basketball side of just it does take a lot of skill. And those basketball players are the freak athletes. I mean, they're the guys that jump out of the gym. They're the guys that have good hand-eye coordination and feet, and they're just quick with everything. And I mean, we don't really have to make arguments for all the other sports because I would probably say basketball's 4 and soccer's 5. So
I think we're a pretty general consensus that this is a debate between
Yeah.
4 and 5.
yeah, well, that basketball's 4 and soccer's 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do you think that?
Yeah, I could. I mean, I could see people saying football too, just because. I mean, all you gotta do is.
I just
But like, I didn't really think about like all the. I was just kind of like we were talking about it today at work, and like, because I was like, this is a great thing to probably talk about today. So.
Oh,
this
this
is
is
a
we
good
could
topic.
we could do a whole episode on this and
Just-
bring in facts and all this stuff. So
I'm just gonna go with the dumb take of like, yeah, dude, you're just running and dribbling across the field. Like, there's not much. Obviously, no. Obviously, when you get to higher levels, as it in with every single sport, there's so much thought and strategy into every single kick and every pass and where every player has to be, and all the soccer players having to probably think 3 or 4 moves ahead or passes ahead and stuff like that. But you also have to do the same with pretty much every single sport. So you can't really say that's an anomaly for soccer. So, yeah, I mean, the only thing that soccer has over everything is the conditioning. And I think anyone, if they wanted to, could get in that shape.
all right. Chase, what's your take for Cooler Bull?
that South Africa's already eliminated from the World Cup after that ass kicking they got today. They had 2 red cards, which means 2 of their starting 11 is already going to be missing for the next match, which if they lose, they're pretty much effectively eliminated. They didn't show anything today going forward. Looked absolutely atrocious. Mexico probably could have won 7-0 if it wasn't for such poor finishing. So I'm going to say that after today's game, South Africa is already eliminated.
I'll kick this off. This is completely cool. I was able to catch a decent bit of this game. I completely disagree with the statistical expected goals. I think this easily should have been a 3-0, 4-0 game, if not greater. South Africa had literally no presence on the offensive side of the pitch. Their defensive formations were terrible. They were allowing constant penetration in the box from Mexico. And this is not a Mexico team that is miles ahead of Czechia or South Korea. While I do think they are the best team in the group and will eventually win it, partially because they're on home soil. Yeah, South Africa's done. I think they will get probably blanked again but I don't know if they'll score a goal, to be honest with you, in this World Cup. I think they are miles behind the other 3 teams in Group A. Luke, cool.
So, like, I have a question with the red card thing. Are they like, is there penalties for this next match?
They are
Yeah,
suspended
Yeah, they
for
missed the next match.
So, yeah, I'll be cool then. I feel like if you have 2 out of your starting, was it 11?
Yeah, starting 11.
Yep.
That are going to miss your next game, especially at South Africa, which is probably not like probably does not have the deepest roster in the world.
Does not at
yeah.
all.
So I feel like this is a very cool take, and they are probably already eliminated.
Michael, Cooler Bull.
I'm also going to go cool just because these other 2 teams in South Korea and Czechia were the big conversation for the 2 and 3 spot. So we automatically know that they're going to be thinking about the South Africa game as probably one of those free games against that one of those midweek games in baseball where you're thinking, oh, this is where we got to run up the score in order to get our points and everything like that. So and with the 2 red cards, do we know if it's South Korea or Czechia who plays
I mean, we could find out really quickly.
who plays
But, you
South
know,
Africa next
Czechia-
because
Czechia plays them next.
Czechia has been bailed out because they are going to definitely run up the score, especially what happens tonight against Czechia and South Korea.
Yeah, very interested to see what happens tonight between Czech and South Korea. Michael, what is your take?
Did everyone talk on theirs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are last.
My take is that the 12-team playoff for college football is the perfect format for the sport. And I think it's been great the past 2 years that they've hit on it. The only thing you can make an argument for is obviously the automatic G5 bid, because this past year of both Tulane and James Madison making it was a little bit of a, I mean, what are we doing? Was a little bit of a, I don't think that honestly that'll ever happen again of 2 G5 teams making it because of the ACC.
Well, they fixed it, I think, now to where then they make it to where it's got to be the top like 4 power conference teams now or something.
I don't think.
No, they're still a G5.
Well, no, there should kind of change the.
I mean, you could be right,
Fire.
but I really don't know. But anyway, like the talk of them expanding it to 16 or 24 is just way too much. And I think the best example of this was actually the first year of Boise being the good G5 team. They were great and they deserve to get that bye. But I mean, I really do think that every single game is also very good, except for there's a little bit of some sus games at the beginning of this year just because those 2 G5 teams. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that you can expand it and it would get better because the controversy of like, I think it was Texas and Notre Dame were like the 2 controversy teams. And Texas just got hot at the end of the year. I mean, let's be honest, they almost lost to Mississippi State midway through the year. And then Notre Dame lost to Miami, and then they ended up being right as Miami made it all the way to the national championship. So, yeah, I think 12 teams the right way.
Luke, I'm gonna let you kick it off.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, because like even in
It's cooler, but
crap, I think it is cool.
Thanks,
I think
Luke.
it's a good take because like if they extend it say to 24, are we looking at football like in February and like or maybe
Oh, wow, at
March?
least.
Like
yeah.
I mean this is gonna drag the season on so long. It's gonna be way longer than the NFL season, and like the strain on these guys' bodies, which is already just a lot. It's just
And they're student athletes.
and yes, they are student first, then athletes.
Yes.
So this is gonna hurt. Like I think, say them going to the NFL. I mean, you might see guys like sit out the first 3 rounds, and then play the last 3. I mean, like it's gonna be stuff like that because like playing what would it be like? You could potentially play like 23, 24, or am I thinking way too many games?
you are thinking way too many games.
Still.
It would be
No,
like,
it's 16.
You would be adding essentially a 24-team playoff would have a first round. There would be 8 teams with byes. That would then form. It would be so 2. You're adding. It would be 4 rounds of play.
So
you're adding at least another 2 or 3 weeks.
Or no, it would be
so it could potentially be if you play in
that'd
that
be adding
first-
3 more weeks.
If you play in that first round, you could potentially play 20 games.
You could play if you play in a conference championship game, which would put you at 13.
And then say you lose.
18. You could be playing 18 games. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, still,
that is that's
Indiana went 16-0. Right?
they
correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, or 19. Anyway,
that's still a lot of games
Yeah.
for college. That's like not the NFL, and I think it's just like people are kind of going to get sick of it because not sick of it, but like they're not going to tune in as much in the first games because it's going to be like say you're Texas versus some like you're going to have a bunch of crappy lower top 25 teams that you're just going to get blown out. So, and I think the JMU game, although it was blowout, was mildly entertaining. The only game I really didn't think was good was Ole Miss Tulane.
Yep.
So, but I think this is a cool take.
I think it's cool. I think the G5 should keep their auto bid. I think you have to incentivize G5 teams into pouring money into their programs. I could be on board with the 16 team because it's not really adding any more games. It's just getting rid of that first 4 buys.
I feel like those first 4 buys are deserving.
There are, but I mean, then again, hey, if you're gonna make it to the championship, go beat, the 16th team. But I agree, 24 is way too much. We have to have a line at some point. We can't just keep expanding it. It's not March Madness. It's not the FCS. So I think 12 is perfect. It's been a very entertaining playoff, and I'll keep it at that to keep it short and sweet and keep us moving. Chase, Cooler Bull.
Completely cool. I've said this for so long. I think this is the perfect format. You give teams that maybe aren't ranked as high an opportunity to get hot at the right time, where it's not just incentivizing teams that like finish in the top four that really only have a chance to win. If you make the playoff, you have an opportunity to win, same as everybody else, and you can play it at the right time, and it incentivizes everybody to play tougher schedules. And if you lose a game early in the season, doesn't necessarily mean your season's done, as we saw with Miami this year. So I think the 12-team playoff is perfect. You're not going to get the same chalk that we saw, prior to the playoffs, especially in the BCS, where it would just be two teams like you actually get a playoff format. So I think it's perfect. I think obviously the only correction, like I agree with Will, I think you need one G5 spot. I actually didn't. I liked the format they had before. I know they changed it. I think it's horse crap that if Notre Dame's ranked in the top 10, they get in. But outside of that, I think that they've done a really good job. 12 or 16, I don't think you go over that to 24, but 12 or 16, I think, is a good range.
All right, now moving on, let us talk about the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks have gone up 3-1 after the greatest comeback in NBA playoff history, 29-point deficit against the San Antonio Spurs. They win 107-106 on an OG Anunoby tip-in after De'Aaron Fox missed layup. A couple of highlighted players, both on the good and bad. First for San Antonio, Julian Champagnie, man, 1 from 7 from three-point line. He only had 5 points. And decently on the turn. He had 4 steals, which was decently on defense, but pretty much a non-factor offensively on the side of the ball. Wemby had 24 in 44 minutes, did not shoot very efficiently from the field. De'Aaron Fox, shout out, even though he missed that clutch layup at the end, he had 18 points, and he's starting to become more of an offensive producer for the San Antonio Spurs. Vassell with 18. Castles continuing to press. He had 13, 5, and 5. And then Dylan Harper, man, what a rookie. 21 points in 32 minutes, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Over on the Knicks side of the ball, OG Anunoby has been absolutely incredible, 33 points in 41 minutes. Karl Anthony Towns struggles again from the field, but gets 10 rebounds, only had 13 points. Josh Hart continues to be what me and Mike like to call a playoff vacuum when it comes to the boards, 8 boards and 6 assists. Brunson dropped 36. But that goes about it. Jose Alvarado actually got quite a few minutes in this game, 16, and had 8 points. Very surprising for the Knicks.
Georgia Tech.
As they win 107-106. I'm not personally a fan of Jose Alvarado at this moment right now. But guys, I mean, what y'all take away from this? The Spurs completely choked it. I do think they're going to be able to recover, though. They're going to win Game 5 in San Antonio. It is going to go back to New York. That's going to be a toss-up. I think the NBA wants to see it end in New York and see what happens, with the celebration and all that. However, I'm sticking by my pick. Spurs in 7. It's going to be the most Knick thing ever that they blow this 3-1 lead. Luke, what do you think?
Yeah, I do think that the Knicks will get it done. I think the Spurs will win in San Antonio. I do think they did it done in 6 because we've seen every time the issue with the Spurs is they get a lead and they just keep shooting threes. And I don't know what it is, but like they did obviously hit I think it was 13 threes in the first half. Yeah, it was a lot of threes. And they just kept shooting and they weren't making them and then they were not going inside. And they've done that in every game they've lost. They've just kept shooting the 3 and they've been dying by the 3. So I think if they can figure out in the game they won, they didn't do that. They went inside. So I don't know why the obsession with the 3-point shot is there for the Spurs, but it is. And I do think they'll win this next game. I just think ultimately New York, it's been too long. They're dying. They're craving to burn the city. Batman couldn't even save New York if he was in this world. So give me the Knicks at 6.
Mikey.
Yeah, I don't see a world really where the Knicks don't win this in 6. I think the Spurs definitely get their get back. If you're the Spurs, the only thing you can think about is, man, we are 29 points better than this team. So that at least gives you a little bit of confidence. But I also think what contributed to this Knicks big comeback is they kind of went to this two-guard system in the third and fourth quarter where Shamet and Alvarado were literally out there interchanging for like the last two quarters of the game, the second half, and for some reason it was giving the Spurs trouble because it was sucking Wemby out from the center because they were doing double pick and roll with the two guards, and it was giving the Spurs fits, and they were able to just be able to kick threes and make them as OG had 7, and I mean Wemby does need just to be more efficient. Being 9 of 25 from the field and 2 of 8 from 3 is just, it really isn't going to cut it, even if you are that 7-5 beast. I mean, Dylan Harper is obviously being the most efficient player. Him and Stephon Castle are carrying this team right now in this upfront. And yeah, you can put the blame on De'Aaron Fox, I guess, but you really can't. I mean, the whole team blew a 29-point lead. Shout out OG, though. I mean, he deserves it all. I saw some stuff here about his past, and man, he deserves the world. So yeah.
Chase, what do you think about the NBA Finals, brother?
I mean, the Spurs, like, I never agree with Stephen A. Smith on anything ever, but I will say he had it completely right today, saying the Spurs were like genuinely stupid for how they blew that game 4 last night. I mean, the first half, I'll be completely real. I watched the first half of this game, watched the Spurs absolutely dominate the Knicks. Like, it was bad. Turned the game off, and then I get an update on my phone said, oh, it's a 5-point game in the fourth quarter. Turn it back on, and it was just like two different games. I mean, the first half, the Spurs playing fantastic offense, shooting the ball well, spreading the floor. Wemby was unguardable. Dylan Harper was knocking down shots. Stephon Castle was knocking down shots. I mean, they looked great. Then I turn it on in the second half. The Knicks are playing elite defense. The Spurs look lost on offense. Can't even catch the ball. It just looked like the lights were too bright for them, which I think it ultimately was. I don't know what's up with this Knicks team. Just might be the team of destiny. We've seen them come back time and time again. They just believe that they can't lose. And, I mean, I will say that the Spurs have a tough hill to climb, but they do have the baby goat on their team. He's obviously going to have to play a lot better, but I think that if any team can do it, they can. However, I just got to give so much credit to OG Anunoby in this. And, I mean, honestly, Jalen Brunson, too. They played great. And then I want to shout out Jose Alvarado. I mean, dude picked up 5 fouls in 13 minutes, but, I mean, just that physicality he brought to the game. He was a spark plug for him last night. And then, lastly, not Stephon Castle. Dylan Harper needs to start for the Spurs. He needs to get more minutes. I think it's pretty clear. I mean, it really should. Like, I love De'Aaron Fox. I know he's their highest paid player right now on the Spurs. He's got the biggest contract, but unfortunately, he's just been super inconsistent in the playoffs. He's dealing with some ankle stuff too. I think that you go Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Champagnie, Wemby, and Vassell for game 5 and roll it out there and see what happens, because Dylan Harper's a dog. The moment isn't too bright for him. And I'm interested to see what the Spurs do in the offseason, because I think Dylan Harper's kind of proved that he's going to be a guy for San Antonio going into the future.
Moving on now to the pond. Stanley Cup final was knotted up 2-2 in Game 4 after the Carolina Hurricanes scored the last 2 goals. Jordan Stahl and Nikolai Ehlers in the third period. Ehlers on the empty net. For Vegas, it was Mark Stone, William Karlsson, and Brett Howden on the score sheet. For Carolina, Stankoven, Blake, Stahl twice, and then Ehlers. 5-3. Carter Hart with an .852 save percentage. Brandon Bussey, .857. We have Game 5 going on currently, where the Carolina Hurricanes sit with a 3-1 lead. Stahl, Aho finally on the board, and Svechnikov, Pavel Dorofeyev for the Golden Knights. Boys, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I think we are having what I don't like to happen, but I think will happen, where the Stanley Cup is hoisted in the road building. It's not necessarily as awesome as a celebration as when it's done at home. I think Carolina takes care of business and finishes the game tonight, and will then go on and win in Vegas in 6. They have completely turned up the volume in terms of their offensive play, their shots on net. The forecheck is unbelievable. They are shutting down lanes for Vegas's passing and entry into the zone. Brandon Bussey has been playing decent. I don't know if they're going to go with him or Freddie Anderson in Game 6, but I am very impressed with how Carolina has played this entire season and has finally gotten their crap together here in the final. Chase, I'll go to you first, and then we'll go Luke, then Michael. What do you take away from the Stanley Cup final? How do you see the rest of this playing out?
I think Carolina's finally really woken up in this series and they figured some stuff out. And I just think that they've got all the momentum. Like you said, I don't know. Especially, I think Carolina wraps up, unless something crazy happens. I think Carolina wraps up Game 5, and I don't see Vegas winning back-to-back games. So I do think that this series is probably going to go Carolina's way. I don't know if it's in 6. I don't know if it's in 7, but I think Carolina wins this series.
Luke.
Yeah, I think Carolina's going to end up. I think my original prediction was 6, so maybe Carolina in 6.
Producer.
I am going to go Carolina in 7. I think Game 7 will be pretty fun to watch, but I don't see Vegas losing at home. They have a pretty good home advantage, and obviously, I don't think they're winning tonight. So I think Carolina's going to be at 3-2. I think it's going to be 3-3 going into Carolina, and I think they're going to win. I mean, we're being completely right. You're completely right, Will, and just Carolina has turned it up a notch. To be honest, it probably should be 3-1 Carolina because of the
fluke goal and overtime.
The 4 overtime goal comeback that they had. I mean, that's pretty much when the series changed, even though Vegas still won that game. So, yeah, I mean, Carter Hart's not playing his best. The defense is just kind of overwhelming them. And, yeah, I think Carolina's probably going to be the Cup champ.
MLB Power Rankings. Still unchanged for me. At the top of the board, I've got Atlanta. They are playing absolutely lights out both offensively and defensively. I've got the Dodgers at number 2, even though they blew that lead to the Pirates yesterday. This is the Dodgers team that is being shown worth their money. The Brewers are the best team in the Central. I've got them at number 3, closely followed by the number 4 team, St. Louis Cardinals, who have gotten red hot again. It's the Red Hot Birds. They'd won 6 in a row before losing today to the Mets. And then the Phillies, man, this is a team that I had high expectations for coming into the year. They have finally gotten the bats going. Pitching staff has been elite all season long. But I do think this offensive surge from Philadelphia deserves them to get in this power rankings, and I have them at number 5. Luke, how do you have your power rankings?
I've still got the same top 3. I think these are the 3 best teams, especially with the very weak AL this year, and that we've seen the Yankees and Rays have just kind of not faltered, but not been winning as much as these other teams. So I've got the Braves 1, Dodgers 2, Brewers 3. And then I've got the Phillies at 4 because they're like 7-3 in their last 10. And I know the Cardinals have won 6 in a row, but they had lost like 4 in a row before that. So that is why I'm sliding them in at this number 5 spot. They're the number 1 team in the wild card. They've got the 4th best record in the NL, which that means they probably have like a top 10. They definitely have a top 10 record in the MLB. Jordan Walker's an all-star. Alec Burleson's a French all-star. They looked great yesterday when I watched them. And they just beat the Mets in the series, which I know the Mets aren't very good, but they're winning series. I mean, so they got the Twins next, so we'll see what they can do.
Chase, power rankings.
Atlanta, I think, is far and away the best team in baseball, like we talked about last week. They have just about everything, followed by the Dodgers with the most, like we said, the most money spent on a roster. I think that it's still showing. Granted, they drop games here and there. I hope they don't win the World Series this year, and hopefully it's Atlanta or somebody else. I'd be a little concerned with Acuna picking up a little knock. I don't know what ended up happening with him. Did he end up going on the IL, or is he?
I don't know, but I'm concerned about Aaron Judge with your number 4.
Yeah, I agree. So, then I got the Brewers up there. I think they've been playing really good baseball for their roster. The Miz is an absolute dog. Yankees are at 4, and that's just because of how they've been playing as of late. Like, even without Aaron Judge, still playing pretty solid. And then I think I messed up. I meant to put the Phillies at 5 instead of the Rays, but I know it says Rays for mine. So I'm just going to say that the Phillies are at 5.
You put the
Phillies have been playing really good baseball over the last month. Yeah, so, yeah. Whatever. We're going to go with the Phillies. Phillies are at 5, been playing great baseball, and then I got the Cards at 6.
Mikey.
Yeah, I think clear cut. These are the top 3 teams in baseball. I mean, you could even probably put the Brewers over the Dodgers, to be honest. I mean, they are nasty. Let's be honest. And of course, they're in the Cardinals division. But I still think the Yanks are such a skilled team, even without their star player. They're kind of like the Dodgers. If the Dodgers have one of their star players go down, they're still going to win games. The Yankees, I think, are on a 4-game win streak right now, so they're still winning pretty good games right now. And then, yeah, the Phillies, man.
Who was their original 5?
I think it was the Rays still, because I mean the Rays still have 40 wins and they're on a 3-game win streak.
Hell yeah, raise up, baby.
And they're still technically first in the division. So, yeah, I mean, I'll just go with the Rays. Me and Chase are a little swap. I mean, there's no reason for me to bump the Rays down. To be honest, I mean, the Phillies only have 37 wins, I think. So, Rays are still holding on. I mean, I think they're definitely probably going to get a wild card unless something drastically happens. So, that fight for the home field will be interesting in the AL because, I mean, besides them two, the AL kind of sucks. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Literally them, the White Sox. And
White Sox are at 36. Mariners are at 36. So
we haven't talked about the Mariners much. They turned it on.
Well, I think Brennan
since Luke. To our next meet of business, it is the Miller Tech Battery 250 for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series in Pocono, Pennsylvania, and the hills of Pennsylvania,
Michigan. Pocono, Michigan.
Yeah, no, someone thought it was one Michigan and then the other 2 Cincinnati, Ohio.
I love it.
that was very valid.
I love Michigan.
Yeah. My pick here is the number 1 car, Connor Zilic. He won as a Cup driver going down to the O'Reilly Series. 2, he won last time out in the O'Reilly Series when he was full-time O'Reilly at Pocono. So I think he goes back-to-back. He also won in the O'Reilly Series last weekend. This number 1 car is fast. He is, taking over for that 1 car in the O'Reilly Series. So I'm going to go with Connor Zilic. Luke, I'll be damned if I know who you're picking.
I mean, hold me down. 6 feet from the edge. I'm thinking. I mean, Sheldon Creed is gonna finally win a race. It's the only reason I'm picking him is because of Creed. Sheldon Creed's gonna win a race. I promise you, this is gonna be it.
Allgaier, Chaser.
I'm going with my dog Allgaier again. I think he's due. He hasn't won in a while. He's due for this week, and it looks like a pretty decent field to take him in this week.
For sure. Allgaier, always a good bet. For the Great American Getaway 400 at Pocono in the Cup Series, I think this is an obvious pick. He's won there 7 times before. Denny Hamlin won last week, and he will win again this week. Denny Hamlin is an absolute demon at Pocono. I do think he is going to get the job done. Chase, you agree with me on the 11 car? Man, they are just rolling.
Oh, I completely agree. Winning last week. He finished second here last year, 7 wins in total. Always races well at Pocono, so I think Denny Hamlin was the easy pick here.
Luke, Kyle Larson.
Yeah, I was not picking Denny Hamlin. I'm going to go with the dude who knows how to drive a race car, Kyle Larson. He hasn't gotten a win this year, and I think he's kind of due in these next few races because he's a great driver. And
he's A plus.
He's not gotten a win. He's definitely due and sometime soon. So give me the Cincinnati Great American Getaway.
you know who's not going to get a win? It's going to be Christopher Bell. He's going to get taken out from the lead at some point.
It's probably going to be about something.
One Barcelona. Chase, why don't you host this little segment? You know way more than I do.
Okay, so obviously coming off last week in Monaco, Kimi Antonelli placing first, and then Lewis Hamilton second. Had kind of a choppy field, a lot of car issues. The McLarens have been absolutely awful this year, but we're heading into the Barcelona Catalonia Grand Prix, which is the Spanish Grand Prix, usually a track that favors a little bit of the more powerful cars. So looking at more of the Red Bull Mercedes backed cars here this weekend. So I went with the guy who's been absolutely dominating in F1 this season, Kimi Antonelli, winning the first 5 races of the season. I think he goes for 6. He's unbeatable right now. There's a point in the last race in Monaco when they had a restart because there was debris on the track, and so in F1 they paused for 10 minutes, and then everybody gets back in their pole positions and they all restart if they're on the same lap. And because Ferrari's been so good off the line this year. Looked like Lewis Hamilton was maybe going to get the win, but Antonelli just drove great out of the restart, scored his fastest lap during that period to pull away from Hamilton. I mean, he's on fire. So I think Kimi Anatoly is going to win the Barcelona Catalonia Grand Prix.
Michael, you agree?
Second that. Everything Chase said. Couldn't say anything more.
Definitely not the betting odds favorite.
Luke,
Max Verstappen. That's the only reason I picked him. He's winning.
well, I'll go with some logic here. George Russell should have won this race last year until he got taken out by Max Verstappen late in that race. I think Brit gets the job done for Mercedes this week in Barcelona. Give me the 63 car of George Russell.
He is due.
He is
He is
so
very due.
That's definitely not the only reason.
Oh. We had a World Cup game today. Mexico, as we had previously detailed, absolutely dismantled to South Africa 2-0. Julian Quinones got the scoring going in the 9th minute early for Mexico, and then on 11v10, Raul Jimenez got it in the 67th. Mexico did suffer a red card late in the match, 90th +2 stoppage time. Cesar Montes will not be seen in the next match versus an important game against South Korea. South Africa did get to Sfafolo Sithole, not shithole, Sithole, in the 49th minute and was ejected from the game. And then Themba Zwane in the 84th. 2 of the starting 11 for South Africa will be out against Czechia. Chase, I think we have pretty much the same analysis here. This was just utter domination by the Mexicans in offensive zone time. I mean, they completely were penetrating the defense into the box time and time again. I think they had 26 touches in the box, which is absolutely ridiculous. Their finishing has to be better, though, moving forward if they want to win Group A. And then South Africa is just a dead fish in the water at this point.
I completely agree. I thought Mexico possessed the ball well and obviously outplayed South Africa. South Africa, I don't know why they were playing out of the back, especially at the Azteca. The first goal was, I mean, it was terrible. You can't turn the ball over in your own 18 and expect good things to happen for you in the game. So I definitely think that that was just poor coaching and tactically. Like you can't go into the game trying to play that way to beat a side like Mexico that's obviously superior to you. Secondly, I mean, I thought for the amount of chances Mexico had, their finishing was absolutely poor. Could have won this game by a lot more. And when it's the World Cup, you got to get hot and you got to put goals away. And today would have been the perfect day to do that. However, I did like how Aguirre got a bunch of their young guns going. Hormiga and Gilberto Mora both featured today. Those are going to be some players for them in the future, and I do think they will be impactful in this tournament. And Julian Quinones, he's actually he was born in Colombia, but is playing for the Mexican national team. Looked fantastic on the left wing today. So I liked what I saw from Mexico, but Cesar Montes getting the red card in the 92nd minute, I think definitely will affect Mexico going into a tough game against South Korea.
100%. And as we talk about that upcoming match, producer.
Spacebar doesn't work?
Y'all didn't have anything to say about that?
Yeah. Anything to say about the Mexico-South Africa game, Luke or Michael?
I am employed, so unable to watch.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Yeah.
There we go.
The unemployed man did not watch it.
Games on Friday. Let's kick it off. Canada versus Bosnia and Herzegovina in Group B. Again, the Bosnians 64th in the FIFA World Rankings. Canada 30th. I have this going 2-0 Canada. I think this is a young, fast, offensive Canadian team that will be able to dismantle Bosnia's back line. I think it'll be a very tight first 40 minutes. Canada will net 2 in the second half, 45 minutes, excuse me. And Canada will net 2 in the second half to break through against Bosnia on home turf in the great land of the North. Chase, how do you see this one going? Then Luke, then Michael.
I think Canada has a little bit too much for Bosnia. Bosnia is a great story making the World Cup over Italy. But, I mean, if you watch that game, they just didn't have a ton going forward, kind of sat back. I imagine they'll do the same thing against Jesse Marsh's Canada. But I think Canada, as we've seen with the home crowd last weekend in Chicago for the United States and the home crowd today for Mexico, I think the Canadians are going to be rowdy. the national team's going to feed off of this. This is the first time that there's been a World Cup game played in the land up north, so I think Canada's going to be rolling. I predict 2-0 Canada.
Luke,
Hello, Key. Give me a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. All right.
Give me a 1-1 draw.
Mikey,
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Canada here as well. I just B&H. That's short for Bosnia and Herzegovina, by the way. But I think B&H just doesn't have it. They don't have the firepower, as like Chase said. They kind of just luckily won against Italy, and this is gonna be a game that Canada needs to get right before going against the other members of the group. So yeah, Canada 2-0.
the United States plays Paraguay in the second game tomorrow. I am going. Oh, United States 17th in the FIFA World Cup world rankings. Paraguay 41st. I'm going to go 3-1 U.S. with goals from Pulisic, McKinney, and Tillman. Chase, well, same order, guys, the entire way through.
This is a tricky game because Paraguay is obviously going to sit back and play very defensive and try to hit on the counter. The U.S. has not really faced a team this year in 2026 that really hunkers in. They've usually been on the back foot due to our friendly scheduling. We played a lot of really talented nations. So it's probably going to be a little bit of an adjustment to be on the front foot and have more of the ball. However, we did beat Paraguay 2-1 in the fall with a weaker roster than what we are going to start tomorrow. I think that we dismantle Paraguay. I think that we control the game. I think Paraguay losing their best player to injury right before the tournament never bodes well. I think that that's a huge loss. I think that we come in and we dominate. I think we're going to win 4-0.
Wow, 4-0. Luke, how do you see it going for the Americans?
I'm going to go 3-0. Captain America, going to get a goal, rip his shirt off, say it's called soccer or something. I don't know. America's winning the group because I put money on it.
Mikey.
I like a 3-0 game by America, and also a little Matt Turner shutout would be nice for his confidence.
Isn't it Dave? Isn't it Freeze? Or is it Turner? Chase, who's starting?
They haven't decided yet. So this is the whole dilemma. It's the first time since 1990 we haven't had our goalie like picked before we go into the tournament.
Yeah,
So
'cause I think
Let's just go Tim Howard.
I would
regardless,
I'd
it's
like
going
to
to be
see-
a Matt.
I'd
It's
like
going to
to
be
see
Matt
Freeze.
Freeze or Matt Turner.
I'd like to see Matt Freeze, to be honest with you.
Yeah, who would you like
I
to
agree.
see,
I think
Chase?
Matt Freeze deserves it.
I would say David Freeze.
Yes.
Moving on to the games
David
on
Freeze.
Saturday.
The United States team would be great.
We kick off with Qatar against Switzerland. Qatar 56th in the world, Switzerland 19th. I think this is a very easy first matchup for the Swiss. I have them winning this 2-0. Or Chase, same order. How do y'all see this one going?
I got this 3-0 Switzerland. Qatar barely made it into the tournament because they expanded the tournament. Would not be in the tournament if it was a 32-team tournament. Switzerland definitely were. This was a Swiss team that made it to the quarterfinals of the Euros 2 summers ago. Great team, great squad. They have European pedigree at the top level. Swiss are easily winning this one. I'm going to say 3-0.
Luke,
Go 2-0 for the Switzerland.
Michael.
I'll go 2-0 also. Sorry, I keep saying 0 instead of 0. I know it's probably pissing Chase off.
You can say it either way. It's called soccer, so we don't really care on this podcast. So.
But can we give a quick shout out to Switzerland's patch? Because that thing is sick.
Yeah, they have a sick patch. Brazil, number 6 in the world, facing Morocco, who is number 7. Surprising. I honestly did not know Morocco was the 7th ranked team in FIFA.
They made it really far in 2022, I'm pretty sure.
They did.
Chase?
That they did.
So they are absolutely, clearly the best team in Africa. As I stated earlier,
Hold on.
I thought Senegal.
I think it's Morocco, to be honest with you. I think it's a 1-1 draw, guys. I think Brazil flounders in this first match. This is a not exactly a Brazil team that we're used to, although Vinicius Jr. is an absolute stud. I have a lot of faith in this Moroccan team, led by Salad Bowery at the front. I have it going 1-1. Chase, how do you see it?
Well, I want to preface, this isn't the same Morocco team that went to the semifinals of the last World Cup. I mean, honestly, a fantastically built defensive team, but it's not the same team. Hakimi, their best player, their right back, is coming in banged up after a long season with PSG. and they are recycling a lot of new players. I think Brahim Diaz is going to feature well for Morocco, but I will say that they struggled with the Senegal team that we saw the U.S. absolutely dismantle, and Senegal won that African Cup of Nations final, the last competitive match that Morocco played. So by that logic, I do think Brazil wins 2-1. It depends on who they start up top. I think if they go with Igor Thiago, we're going to see a lot of chances missed as we did in their last friendly game. But if they start Endrick, the young gun, up top, I think that the Brazil could favor well in this game. But it just kind of depends on who Carlo Ancelotti picks. But Brazil on paper is a lot more talented, but we've seen this Morocco team pull some big upsets. So I'm going to roll with 2-1, but I could easily see Morocco winning this game.
Luke,
I'm going to go 1-0 Brazil.
1-0 Brazil. Michael,
I'm going to go 1-1 draw as well. Is that what you called?
that is what I called.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think Brazil is also a little overrated. What'd you say they're ranked in the world?
6.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is a great group, though.
This is a great group. Scotland and Haiti face off. Haiti 83rd in the world, Scotland 42nd. The Scottish are going to be in full force in Boston, Massachusetts. I expect, especially with Haiti's top player being out due to injury, a full dismantling of this Haitian squad. I have it 3-0 Scotland. Chase, how do you see it?
Same way. Exact same way. I think Scotland wins 3-0. They have a lot more pedigree, obviously, with Scott McTominay being one of the best players in the world, along with James McGinn, Andy Robinson. I think this is their first time in the World Cup in a long time. The fans are absolutely electric. I think Luke mentioned it, but a plane full of Scottish fans flew over, what was it, last night or 2 nights ago, and the plane ran out of beer. So the fans are ready. The vibes are high. Scotland's going to win 3-0.
Michael.
I think it's 4-0. And you
Luke.
got skipped.
I was going to say 4-0.
You're copying me.
I know. Beer will be flowing just like it will tomorrow. And they're gonna.
That's one of my favorite things. I don't know if y'all listened to the end of last episode, but I got it cut off right when Luke said, wait, I didn't get a shout out. And then it goes, boom.
Luke does. I love him. Sunday, our final day of pick'ems for this episode. Australia faces Turkey. I think this is a more difficult than no, this is actually on Saturday at 11 p.m. It just depends where you are in the country. Whether this is on
Sunday.
midnight.
It's on Sunday for me.
Midnight Eastern time.
I did it for Chase.
They did it for Chaser. There we go. Midnight Eastern time, 11 p.m. Central.
Is that time?
Turkey 22nd in the world, Australia 27th. Look, I do think the Aussies have a chance in this game, but I have it going 2-1 Turkey. I think Turkey is just a slightly better offensive side and will be able to shut down any sort of counter threat after they go up 2-1 from Australia. Same order as always. Sorry to skip Luke on that last one.
I would love to see Australia win this just to help the United States out because if Turkey were to drop a game, that would really bode well for the United States. However, I think Turkey has too much going forward, just a better squad in general. Like we said, did well in the Euros 2 summers ago, led by Kenan Yildiz and Arda Güler, who are 2 of the best youngsters in the world right now. I don't think Australia has enough defensively to prevent them from from scoring. I think Arda Güler has a big tournament, so I'm going Turkey 2-1.
Luke.
I'm going Turkey. I'm not saying Turkey Turkey 1-0.
Turkey was like on the ESPN, and I was like, I'm just putting Turkey. I don't even know why Turkey is on there. I'm going 2-1 Australia. 2-1.
The Aussies.
No, it's not. But shout out first baseman Blake Cavill of the Troy Boys as they get ready for their game tomorrow. Germany, Curacao, 5-0 Germany.
Matt, the Curacao team. Curaçao's got great vibes. They show up to the games in a school bus that's painted blue. However, Germany is going to dominate them. I'm going 5-0 as well.
5-0 as well, Luke.
I'm going to go 4-0 Germany.
Mikey.
4-0 Germany.
All right.
Next game we got Netherlands versus Japan.
Dutch-Japanese affair, Mike.
I mean, I'm riding with my team that had the win it all, Netherlands. Let's go 3-1.
Netherlands 3-1. We'll go reverse order. Luke.
Netherlands 2-1.
Netherlands 2-1. Chase. Reverse order.
I like the way Luke thinks. I'm going Netherlands 2-1. Japan typically defends really well, and I don't think that the Netherlands have a ton going forward with their best options being Memphis Depay and Cody Gakpo. However, their defense is great. I think Japan will play well, but Japan has just suffered so many injuries with Indo and Mitoma missing this tournament. So I'm going to go 2-1 Netherlands.
I'm going to go absolute thriller 1-0 Netherlands, late goal, 75th minute plus.
I love that take.
Love it. Sweden or Ecuador versus the Ivory Coast. This is actually a very competitive matchup in my mind. The Ivory Coast showed up well in their road to 26 friendlies. Ecuador 23rd in the world, Ivory Coast 33rd. I'm going to say Ecuador edges this one out. Let's go high scoring affair. 4-3. Take the over. Chase, what do you think?
I think these two teams actually match up really well. Ivory Coast has a really good front line in terms of Amad Diallo, Yan Diomande. And Ecuador is really good through the middle of the park and finished second in common ball in World Cup qualifying. This is a really tricky match. I think it could go either way, but I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Luke.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 1-1 draw. Damn it, you stole it. Go 1-1 draw. What's so funny,
Michael?
Just sounded like you thought a lot about that one draw.
No, I stutter over my words.
I'm going 2-1 Ecuador. I think they get it done.
All right. Finally, we have Sweden versus Tunisia. Sweden 38th in the world, Tunisia 45th. I have this going 3-2 Sweden. Chase.
I had this going 3-1 Sweden with a hat trick from Victor Gyökeres. He's gonna score a lot in the group stage, and he could push for the golden ball. I think I'm looking for the Arsenal man to have a big tournament, so I'm going 3-1 Sweden.
Luke.
I'm gonna go a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Michael.
2-1 Sweden.
2-1 Sweden.
It's time.
Oh, it's time. It's time for Freedom 250. Starting off, Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis, the number 5 versus the number
bottom
9.
Go
bottom up, excuse me.
Yeah.
Starting off, featherweight bout, number 2, Diego Lopez versus number 9, Steve Garcia. I think Lopez completely outstrikes Garcia, who will not be able to get this fight to the ground. I've got this ending in round 2 by KO, TKO, Diego Lopez. Play La Chona, baby. Luke, how do you see it?
I like Lopez in this fight to get his get back after losing his title fight to Volkan. I think will be one of the very rare non-Americans to win this card.
All right, Michael.
Yeah. Looking at both these guys' fight history, none of them have won. None of one on the ground, both of them. So I think it's going to actually either go all the way or someone's getting knocked out. Garcia is actually on a 7-fight win streak, but I think Lopez just has too much of a chin. And I think Lopez is just actually going to win by decision here.
By decision. Chase.
I think Lopez is going to knock him out, Garcia in round 2. I think his striking ability is, like Will highlighted, is just going to be too much for Garcia, and I think Lopez pretty much dominates this fight.
Didn't know Derek Lewis was fighting Bo Nickel, but
Hey, I know I was copying it down. I meant to put Bo Nickel, but big mistake.
Kyle Nickelhouse against Bo Nickel in a middleweight underage. I'm going to go Bo Nickel by decision. He is going to absolutely ragdoll him like Kamzat did to Dricus. Bo Nickel, All-American wrestler at Penn State. So give me Nickel by decision. Luke, how do you see it?
I'm gonna go Nickel by sub. I think he is going to just submit this dude.
Both grapplers, by the way.
Yeah, he's the most. He was a great wrestler at Penn State. I do remember that. I think that what's it called? It's an American card. Bo Nickel wants to perform in front of Trump. He loves Trump. So Bo Nickel's gonna submit him.
All right, Michael.
Yeah, I think Nickel gets this done pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing about Ducaus that really impresses me. I guess he's just on the card because he's an American. I mean,
He's an elite grappler. I mean, I would.
Really, he is
Yeah,
an
he is
elite
an elite
grappler.
grappler.
All right,
Let's not absolutely discount.
yeah, he does have 12 wins by submission in his 17-4 record, so he's actually pretty decent. Sorry for knocking on him, but I mean, this photo of him just looked terrible on the UFC website. I'm not gonna lie, they're doing him dirty. So I got Bo Nickel.
Chase.
I got Bo Nickel as well. I think he clearly is the favorite going in this fight. I think he dominates, and I think he wins in a decision.
Mauricio Ruffy against Michael Chandler in a lightweight bout. Ruffy, the number 9, Chandler, the number 13. I am going to take Ruffy by sub. I think he's going to choke Michael Chandler's little 40-year-old dumbass out. Ever since he left the Fighting Nerds, ironically, Mauricio Ruffy has looked absolutely unbelievable. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is going to completely outdo Michael Chandler's American-style collegiate wrestling. It is going to be a round 2 submission by Ruffy. Luke, how do you see it going?
Michael Chandler is going to accidentally knock him out in the second round because of America.
Michael.
I don't see where you thinking Ruffy's submitting him. Ruffy doesn't even have a submission win for at least the past couple of fights he's been in. He's more of a knockout kind of guy. And his takedown accuracy is actually 0%. So I like Michael Chandler here and the front leg kick exactly how he did Tony Ferguson.
And yeah, I was totally misguarded there. I have Ruffy by knockout.
There you go.
I have my notes mixed up here. Sorry. I have Ruffy by knockout against Michael Chandler.
No, where you're seeing Ruffy as a takedown.
I have my notes mixed up. Sorry, guys. Ruffy by knockout. Also watching Carolina score the 4th goal. So Ruffy by knockout. Chase, how do you see this one going?
I think Michael Chandler is a dog, and he's going to perform well in front of Trump. So
Michael Chandler has to win.
Yes.
Actually, no, he doesn't have to win because he's going to call out Conor McGregor no matter what, after he wins or loses. But it would be cool if he did it after he won. So
I agree. So I'm going Michael Chandler by knockout in round 4.
Next up, I have is one of my favorite bouts on the card. Number 5, heavyweight Josh Hookett versus number 9, Derek Lewis. A battle of the two absolutely massive personalities.
this is not mine. Stuff going up his butthole, by the way.
Allegedly. That is on film in a press conference. I think this one's pretty clear cut. We saw Derek Lewis get super fatigued last time out, and Josh Hoykett is all gas, no brakes. I actually think this ends in the second round by knockout. Give me Josh Hoykett. Luke, how do you see it?
Yeah, I'm going to go Josh Hoykett knockout, and I kind of agree with the second round. I mean, Derek Lewis is really old, and he's really fat, and I just don't see him being able to keep up with Hoykett, who looks like he's on drugs. And Hoykett is going to call out Pereira.
Yes, he is.
Or the winner of the Pereira fight.
Michael.
Dude, I saw this Josh Hoykett clip today where he obviously was told to tone it down. And he was like, yeah, when I win, I'm going to throw my cup at the president. And then he's like, actually, I'm probably not going to do that. He's unhinged. This is going 2 ways. Either Derek Lewis KOs him 30 seconds in because Hoykett pushes too hard. And I will say, Lewis hits way harder than Curtis Blades. And yes, Hoykett has a chin, but I don't think Blades hits as hard. Or literally this goes past 1 round. Lewis is going to be gas, and Hoykett's just going to beat him to death like he did with Blades. So I think Hoykett gets a TKO win in round 3.
Round 3. Chase, go with D-Lou.
I love Derek Lewis. I don't care if he's old or fat. He's one of my favorite fighters. Can't help but not root for him. He's in front of the president. I would just love to see him on the mic with Donald Trump in the audience. I think that would be absolutely hysterical. So I'm just praying Derek Lewis doesn't get past round 1 because we know how it's going to go if it leaves round 1. Maybe he can catch Hoykett early on, kind of like Mikey was saying. So I'm going to go with a round 1 Derek Lewis knockout.
Just by the way, when Josh Hoykett wins this fight, whatever comes out of his mouth is
The only thing is it is a gimmick, but like he talks all this crap to Alex Pereira, who does not know a lick of English. He literally doesn't know what to say back. Alex Pereira's just standing there like, I don't know what you're saying, dude. It's just so funny.
When he walks out the duel of the fates, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Let's talk about the featured bout. Sean O'Malley, the number 3 bantamweight versus number 6 Ayman Zahabi. That could be number 5. That's just super. That's 6 in the bantamweights. Zahabi has been knocked out. And Sugar Sean, man, has been looked really good in this revitalized run he's trying to make for this bantamweight title. I'm going to go Sean O'Malley by knockout in the 3rd. I think it's actually a very entertaining fight up until that point, but Sean's going to be able to use his conditioning and just honestly superior striking, piece up Zahabi through the first 2 rounds, and get a finish in the 3rd. I've got him by KO, TKO. Luke, how do you see it?
I'm going Sean O'Malley, but I think he's going to win by decision. I mean, honestly, we all want all these fights to be knockouts, but they all can't be, I would think. So
I have a decision in there.
Got to throw a decision in on my end. So give me by decision.
Michael.
I am going to go O'Malley by knockout. I will say I don't think he'll go decision. And, I mean, this just puts Sean in such a weird spot because, I mean, if he goes against Umar, like, I'm going to be honest, there's probably no way he wins. So if I'm Sean, I'm just winning this and being like, I'm just waiting for after the Jan Marab fight because I don't want to fight Umar, and you're 3rd in the ranking. So hopefully Sean gets his win, and then his next fight is a title fight because we want to see Sugar with the belt.
Co-main, our heavyweight interim title bout is between new heavyweight Alex Pereira and number 1 ranked contender Cyril Gane. I'm very conflicted on this fight. Cyril Gane has a hell of a chin. But Alex Pereira, I think, has power that we have not seen yet because he is moving up to heavyweight. You know, I would put $1,000 on, as Michael says. At some point, Joe Rogan is going to say, how in the hell did this dude make 185?
It's going to be in the first 30 seconds.
Actually have Pereira winning this by knockout, TKO, KO, in the 4th round. It is going to take a while for that to occur for Alex Pereira. Obviously, I would love to see some highlight reel finish in like the 2nd round that shocks everybody. And Alex Pereira is known for giving us those moments. But I do think this drags it a little bit further, goes to the 4th round. Give me Pereira. That is a massive bug. Luke, how do you see this one going?
I'm so conflicted too because, I mean, there's definitely going to be a difference from getting hit by any other weight class and going up the heavyweight.
Yeah.
Especially like the number 1 contender in the heavyweight. And I don't know. I'm going to rock with the BBL on this. I'm going to go BBL 5th round knockout.
Oh, 5th round. Michael.
I think this fight's going the distance. I'm not going to lie.
I'm so conflicted. I think it might.
I think it's going to go to distance, and this is a tough fight. I mean, if we really think about it, the Aspinall fight could go either way. You could say that Gane was maybe even winning that fight. It was very debatable. But, I mean, most of Gane's fights go the distance except for he got subbed by John Jones. But he went the distance against Ngannou back in 2022. So I think this does go to distance. And I'm going to put Gane by distance. I think he deserves to have the belt. I mean, Pereira is his first fight at heavyweight. I mean, the odds that we get 2-3 division champs in the same night is very low. And I already know we're getting one. So this one's not going to happen.
I disagree on that take. Chase, you got Poton.
Yeah, I've got Alex Pereira in this one over Cyril Gane. I think that Pereira is the best fighter in this division, and I think he'll get it done probably in the decision, but he's going to get the job done.
Finally, we have our main event at the White House for the lightweight unified title. We have the interim champ, Justin Gaethje, who gained the title over Paddy Pimblett, facing off against the champion, Ilia Topuria. Ladies and gentlemen,
Go get your spiel out of the way.
Justin Gaethje is going to outlast Ilia, and he is going to catch him in the 2nd round. He is going to survive that 1st round. Ilia Topuria has not been hit by the likes of Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is going to be able to take these punches from Ilia Topuria. He is going to fight smart. I think he honestly is able to take it to the ground in the first. Ilya is going to become aggressive in the second. He's going to get caught. Give me Justin Gaethje by knockout in the second round, and I cannot wait for the TikTok to be made when I'm right. Luke, how do you see it going?
I mean, I'm definitely going to sprinkle something on Gaethje because there's like no value on betting on Topuria. Like, honestly, we looked at the odds today. It is minus 225 for a knockout from Topuria. I don't know what the first round knockout is. I didn't look at that. But, like, that's insanely bad odds for a knockout. So I'm going to sprinkle on Gaethje. I just think the Matador with fighting and knocking out all these people that he has, I mean, Justin Gaethje's going to get held down and he's going to get raped by Ilya Topuria. He's going to get knocked out. And I'll go second round. I'll say he survives the initial push, but he's going to die.
Michael.
There is a universe where Gaethje wins because it's a fight and anything can happen in a fight. But Ilya is the most confident man in the world. He has the best power for his weight. Gaethje is known to not have the best chin. It's just facts. He's just not known to not have a really good chin. Ilya is able to press forward so hard because Ilya does have a good chin. I mean, if you watch that Charles fight, Charles nails Ilya with a nasty elbow.
Gaethje has twice the power, Charles.
Right to the face. And Ilya eats it.
Fought Holloway and ate a few punches from Holloway. Yeah.
Brother, that was in round 5.
All right. I'm just getting to my pick. Ilya, first 2 minutes of the fight, knockout.
Wow. Chase.
Completely agree. Ilya, first 2 minutes of the fight. Gaethje has no chance in this fight. Topuria is the most dominant fighter in his division across any division in UFC. I mean, I think the gap between him and number 2 is the widest out of anybody right now. So,
Moving on.
All right. I don't have my producer segment up, but do y'all want to do some stuff or no?
It's up to you, producer.
All right. I got 2 things for y'all.
Producer's on point with these slides today.
Well, no, none of these need slides anyway, except for it says producers, whatever.
Okay.
But all right, we have a keep 3, cut 5, and then we also have a trivia segment. Luke, which one do you want to do first?
Let's just do the trivia.
All right, trivia. Both of these, the keep 3, cut 5, and the trivia is college football related. So I think that's probably the most topic where all of y'all are well versed enough. Y'all are going 1v1v1. We are naming the last Heisman winners from 2025 to 2010. And no, just the winner of the Heisman's from 2010 to 2025. I'm thinking of a number 1 through 10.
7.
5. Chase.
3.
All right. It's going to go Chase first. Will second. Luke third. It was 3. No, you can go in any year. I won't say you have to call out the year to make it easier. But yeah.
I can do it.
Any year.
Okay.
Chase, go first.
You want me just to go in reverse order from 2025 to 2010?
No, you just name one out of the 2025 to 2010, and you get 1 life. So if you get one wrong, that's an X, and then you get to go again. So you get 1 mishap. All right.
Well, I can name them all, but I'll go easy. I'll go 2025 Fernando Mendoza.
All right. Will?
I'll go Johnny Manziel.
Correct. That would be 2012.
What year? Okay.
I don't think we have to say the
You have to specify the year too.
No, he said we didn't have to.
No, he
Then
said
have-
he
Oh,
didn't have
okay.
to.
All right, Luke.
Oh, God, why am I blanking? On 2 years ago, Heisman. Hold on. Let's go easy. Derrick Henry.
Yes. 2015 was Derrick
Gonna
Henry.
scare me. I need logos.
All right, Chase.
Travis Hunter 2024.
That's why I forgot about him.
Will?
Mark Ingram.
That is 2009 or 8. So that is the first.
From 2009,
I
I'm
thought he
pretty
was
sure.
2010.
No, he's not 2010. So,
Cam Newton was 2010. Auburn.
all right, there's Chase's.
Chase just went twice in a row.
Twice I was gonna be.
Yeah, Chase, you
Well,
got
no,
to
I
go
just
in order.
my fault.
So do I go again or does he
No,
go?
you just go to the next round.
Isn't he out?
No, you get one
I
life.
get one death.
Oh, okay.
All right, Luke.
Well, I'm going to take Cam Newton.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you got it.
All right,
Is it me
Chase.
now?
Yeah.
RG3 2011.
That's gonna be my next pick.
All right, Will, you're on the chopping
Yeah, I
block.
was about to say this is pressure. What pressure? Baker Mayfield hadn't been there yet.
Correct. 2017.
Luke.
Or is it Chase?
It's Luke.
It's
Luke. You're
It's
at the
Luke.
brother. Yeah.
Oh,
It's Devontae Smith.
Correct. 2020. Devontae Smith. Chase.
we haven't said Jaden Daniels yet, have we?
Correct. 2023. Jaden Daniels. Will.
Those fast first get a little hairy for your boy. Let me dig deep.
You have 2022, 2021, 2019, 2018, 2016, 2014, 2013, 2013 is the last.
Okay, so 2013 is the last. You said 2022 and 2021 are still there.
Correct.
We won the Heisman my first 2 years in college. Trevor Lawrence won the
I know.
Heisman at some point, didn't he?
Will is eliminated.
Nope.
Look,
Nope.
as someone who does not even watch the Heisman Trophy ceremony, it's yeah.
I'm chasing us all of these. I know I'm going to lose. I think I need to load those, and I need to see like what we have. So what years do we not have? Can you just
Yeah.
please read them?
You have 2022, 2021, 2019, 2018, 2016, 2014, 2013.
We don't have. Okay.
I agree. I think a slide of all the years would have been very helpful.
Yeah, probably. There's got to be another receiver. No, I don't think so.
Actually, I'll give you a hint. They're all quarterbacks.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't. It's a quarterback.
Oh my God. Oh, I fumbled.
There's a couple of that.
I just remember. Now that I'm out, I can name 3 or 4 more.
Probably, yeah.
Oh my God, there's definitely an Ohio State quarterback. I feel like no. Dude,
Luke, you got 15 seconds before your first strike.
all right. We're gonna go. Justin Fields. I don't think he won it, but I don't know.
No.
No.
I don't have any.
I'm going to give Luke one hint. Think of first round draft picks in the NFL.
Brother, that's not.
Come on, Chase, you're up.
All right, Chase.
You want me to just go? I can name them all.
No, I mean, when you name
can
one,
flex,
when you
can flex after
when
I
you
get-
name one, I know
Okay,
it's gonna
I can do it
spark Luke.
after. Marcus Mariota 2013.
That's not.
That's the wrong year, but we'll give it to you.
Oh, 2014 then, and then
2014.
Jameis was 2013.
That was
All right, I think I got one. Jameis Winston.
Correct.
yeah. Those were 2
All
of the
right.
ones I could name. There's another one out there we haven't named. That's very
Caleb
obvious.
Williams.
Correct.
That's the second
2022.
one. Last one. Can you name the last one I'm thinking about?
3 left.
Very
So what are the
relevant
years left?
player.
2021, 2019, 2018.
Very relevant player still.
God.
All these guys are quarterbacks in the NFL. Actually.
Yep. Very relevant though.
Yeah.
The one I'm thinking about. When you think of from a
Wait. Lamar Jackson.
Correct.
that's exactly what I was thinking about.
All right, 3 more. Chase.
Joe Burrow.
Correct. That was the obvious one. Joe Burrow, 2019.
I didn't even think of that.
All right, you got 2021 and 2018.
Oh my God. For some reason, I don't know if it's right, but Mac Jones just keep popping in my head. I don't think it's right though. 21. That was a good close to him. I just
Both of these guys are first overall picks to their team.
I know both of them.
Kyler Murray.
Correct. 2018, Kyler Murray. Luke survives. And then, Chase, you end it with 2021.
Bryce Young.
Yes, Bryce Young.
Dude,
All right.
for some
Good
reason-
job,
Man,
Luke.
I didn't
Chase.
Mac Jones was calling my name. I was like, I know it's not right, but
All right. Now we're getting into the good argument stuff.
God.
Heat 3, cut 5, college quarterbacks going into next year.
This would be a good TikTok.
I think we have to
Oh,
cut source.
This is gonna be bad. I know who he's gonna put on here, and y'all are gonna disagree with me. I know who's coming.
Hold on, I need to get a list. I don't get a list.
Luke, you need a list.
I do need a list. My brain does not work like y'all's does.
Let's go. Kick this shit off.
Yeah.
All right.
Eat my crunch wrap.
I was waiting for Luke. All right, keep 3, cut 5 college football quarterbacks going into next year. First off, Brennan Sorsby.
Cut.
Cut.
Shouldn't be playing.
No, cut. Yeah. Cutting
Cut.
out principle.
Shouldn't be playing.
He's not even good enough. He's never passed 3,000 yards before.
All right, Brennan Sorsby has been cut. Number 2, we're going Arch Manning.
Keep.
Yeah.
Cut.
He's gonna have a good year.
You
I'll
said-
keep him. Actually, I'll
What?
keep him. Are we factoring what's around him,
No,
or are
just
we
like-
factoring the player himself?
The
Like,
player himself.
player
I mean,
Player
if you were
I think
just
he's gonna have a good year.
You know
Are
what?
we saying like
I-
stats or off just pure play?
it's just who you want. It's,
Yeah,
if you
actually,
were, if
no, I
you
agree
were
with you,
coaching,
Chase. Cut. Let's cut.
If
him
you
first.
were
He was terrible
coaching-
last year, what am I thinking?
no, it's if you were
All right,
coaching.
coming off of last year,
If I was
and
coaching-
this is me
if
as a
you were
Texans
coaching,
fan.
who would you want to be your quarterback?
Oh yeah, cut. Sorry.
I think I could name 3 players better than three
Yeah.
quarterbacks better than Arch Manning in college football going into next year, because you still got guys like Trinidad Chambliss coming back,
Oh, see,
Dante
yeah.
Moore.
I would.
I
cut
think
Trinidad.
that what's
We
his
know.
face from Ohio State will be
Sam.
better. Saying will be better.
Can you even throw in the Duke guy, Mensa?
Mensa.
I wouldn't take
CJ
Mensa over
Card,
Arch, but I could
possibly.
for sure take 3. We're probably leaving. We're leaving a couple off,
Better
but
Stockton.
I mean I would take a couple over Arch. Now I do think he might win the Heisman just because of what he has around him. I mean that is the best
Guys,
All right,
skill
stop
positions in the
blazing.
country. Hey, Cam Coleman on one side, Ryan Wingo on the other.
yeah,
You should throw for
actually has
4,000.
some insane weapons. I'm gonna go keep. I think he's gonna have a breakout year.
All right. Keep. I guess keep. We'll keep.
All right, keeping Arch Manning. All
I
right,
was keeping off the rip.
3rd quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss.
Cut. He plays
Keep.
for Ole Miss.
Absolutely keep.
I
Keep.
think
He's the
he-
best quarterback in college football going into next year.
I think he's.
Yeah, I
think
guess.
he's
Yeah,
number
6th
2.
year, man. You know.
Well,
Exactly, but I mean, it's clear.
mean-
Keep. We're in the same situation as last time. That's why I wanted to cut Arch.
All right, quarterback number 4, we're going Sam Levitt.
Cut.
I'm gonna say cut. He didn't really do much at Arizona State. Lost to
He was
Mississippi State.
okay.
He was okay.
did not think he was in a.
He's not ready for-
quarterback.
Now he will
not
be in
ready
a
for
Lane
the
Kiffin.
SEC, and he's
He'll
injury
be in a
prone.
Lane Kiffin offensive system, which bodes pretty well for quarterbacks. We have seen that with Matt Corral. We've seen that with Trinidad Chambliss. But I do think personally on him cut.
All right. Quarterback number 5, Josh Hoover, the new quarterback for Indiana,
So how many quarterbacks do you have left? we
including
got
Josh.
1.
Yes.
You got Josh, and then 3 more.
Oh,
I'm gonna cut Josh
Cut.
Hoover, unproven.
and very
Unproven
good.
and very interception prone on an offense that we don't really know what's like skill position wise. We don't know what they're going to have next year.
Yep, I agree.
All right, 3 quarterbacks left. Got to keep one cut too. Julian Sand.
Okay, so here's the dilemma: is he gonna put Dante Moore?
Yeah, he's gonna include Dante Moore on this list. And
Yeah,
also,
we got to cut him. I think
Julian Sands a solid quarterback pocket. Yeah, I think there's
it's
just
also
better
the
athletes
weapons
out there.
argument, though. I think that's
Yes,
what
he
we
has
were saying
insane
with
weapons.
Arch.
And I think
He has
Arch is a better
insane
athlete,
weapons.
right? I mean,
Arch is a better athlete. I think Arch
I'm cutting him.
brings more to a team than Sayin does.
yeah, I know you're not gonna argue with cutting an Ohio State player, so
I'm But I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Is he gonna hoe us like last time?
we'll see. We'll see. People on TikTok,
Yeah,
he
we
has
gotta
been
cut
trying
him.
to hoe us. So
Quarterback number 7, CJ Carr.
cut. I thought he was very unimpressive at Notre Dame.
Absolutely cut.
Cut, yeah.
All right, cutting. 1 quarterback left. Y'all kept Arch Manning in Trinidad. Your 8th quarterback, Dante Moore.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right,
Now.
I like
Good
that
job,
list.
boys.
We did good. Let's go.
Good job, guys.
That's a good
Love
one.
it.
Let's go.
Good.
Goose Crowder, man. I would
Mario Taylor.
Big.
I think he's going to have a great year, but I mean, we can get on that tangent when we get more to the.
I mean, we're not keeping Camario.
Who's hot and who's not? Europeans in the U.S. Shout out to Freddie on Hex. I didn't know Luke was also going to put that, but This German guy who's been traveling all around. And what really is hitting home with me, the American South,
Yeah.
like our backyards, and he's having the hell of a time. The Scottish guys that were playing bagpipes outside their house, Airbnb in Boston, Massachusetts. I think, we get a lot of shit as Americans from the Europeans that live, in Europe. They're actually coming over here and experiencing America, and I think they're having an absolute damn good time. So I think it's not only great for the country and its public image, but I think it's just fun for all these cultures to intermix with each other. My nod is the National Hockey League Writers Association. As Chase alluded to in our podcast discussions, Nikita Kucherov was named the essentially the MVP for the NHL this year with the Hart Trophy. Connor McDavid undoubtedly should have won. He received 2 fifth-place votes. The people that are doing this either just have McDavid fatigue of continually him being the best player in the NHL, and they want to feature other players or something. That can only be the reason. He leads the team led the league in scoring yet again. He was the players' vote as the MVP. He is, consistently and undoubtedly the best player in the NHL, both on the skates and on the scoring. I just do not think it's even close, and he just happens to play for my favorite team. So, his name is literally McJesus. The NHL Writers Association has completely butchered this again by not naming Connor McDavid the Hart Trophy winner. It's kind of utter bullshit, to be honest with you, and it just kind of tarnishes his reputation. As the guy that when they're naming all of his Hall of Fame achievements, he didn't win the Hart Trophy one more time because I guess equity across the board in these awards. So screw you, NHL Writers Association. Luke, what's hot and not?
Yeah, Freddie, which I'm going to kind of piggyback off you a little bit. I do think Europeans mainly give Southern Americans a bunch more crap than some of the guys up north. So I think this is even more telling to where, he's acting like Buc-ee's in Walmart or Jesus. And then he tried a Waffle House at 1 a.m., which is elite cuisine. And it's just loving it over here. And I think we're going to see that from a bunch of people that are going to travel in the U.S. that it's not just a complete shithole like we get described to most of the world. And then my not is dude I work with named Josh. He moved to Arizona. It's very sad.
Is that the taco guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
We went over to his house for you.
I'm so sad.
I know it's very sad. We played disc golf. Honestly, like last Friday. Yeah, I know. So now I only got one work friend. So it's very sad.
Jeez, what's hot and not, brother?
Hot is going to be Raul Jimenez scoring for Mexico today. He lost his dad 3 months ago and scored his first World Cup goal for Mexico today. Looked up to the box seats and was crying. Just thought it was a really special, emotional moment today from the World Cup opener. I also want to say I think it's awesome to have all these players over here in the United States because Spain's right now, they're in Chattanooga, Tennessee, training. And
you want to know where they're training at? That's a team we have to play every year, by the way, in high school. Utter bullshit.
Well, I do want to point out, too, that Lamine Yamal, one of the best players in the world, is just casually shopping and buying groceries at Walmart that people are getting on camera. I think it's just so sick to see that. We saw Messi in Publix a couple of years ago. I just think it's really cool to see like these ultra superstars. Like if they went out on the streets, there would be so much paparazzi and attention around them. And here in America, where soccer obviously is not as big, I think it's really cool that they can just go be normal and live normal lives. So I think that's really cool. And then my not, we already talked about them a lot on this podcast, but the San Antonio Spurs blowing a 29-point lead, I would argue might even be worse than the Falcons blowing a 28-3 lead against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That's up for debate, obviously, but I think that the way the Spurs were playing in that game and how they lost, I think that was an absolute horse crap. And I feel for the city of San Antonio because there was no way they should have lost that game.
Well, you can maybe bring that up in a cooler bowl in the near future. Michael,
The next one, that was my next one.
Yeah, you could.
Big old runner.
My hot is this weekend.
Oh, it's hot.
It's gonna be a
It's
banger
hot.
of a weekend, I think. Yeah, I'm just super excited for me and Will to go to Omaha. It's gonna be super fun.
You mean Troy Mahal, correct?
Sorry, Troy Mahal. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a great experience. Can't wait to do this weekend. My not is the heat. It's been pretty hot outside and humid.
been hot.
It sucks, especially for guys like me, not like Luke. But also, I looked at the weather in Omaha, and It's looking pretty nice. Well,
It is. It's going to be like 80s, and that's way better than it is here.
Yeah. Big job.
no, let's end this before Luke has to say
Yeah,
anything about
big-
my knot. So,
job,
well, can you just sum
Guys,
it
that'll
up?
do it for episode
Yep.
80s. Or
Make sure to give Luke a shout out.
68 at Swiss Army Sports. This has been Will Spain, your host, my co-hosts at the table, Michael and Luke, and our virtual co-host, Jake. Until Monday when we break down the weekend's action, have a wonderful weekend.